Nowadays, finding kids entertainment content can be such a slippery slope, with companies like Disney pushing woke and mature concepts such as sexuality and the occult on children. Considering this, news company Daily Wire has recently launched their own streaming platform, Bentkey. Over the next 3 years, Daily Wire is going to be putting over $100 million into original kids content to create an alternative to companies like Disney and Warner Brothers, but without the agenda. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the new Bentkey platform and what qualifies me to be reviewing kids TV shows. Absolutely nothing, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. All right, peoples. So we got our first look at the Bentkey platform here. I want to show you guys what it actually looks like. It's actually got a really clean, really clean, polished design. It's got a good variety of different categories of different types of content. Dude, I don't even know what some of these are. Jasmine and Jambo, Tish Tash, Yoko. Some of these are like borderline disturbing as an adult. What is Clangers, bro? What is... Look, it's for the kids, it's not for me. I went through the list and they have a library of about 16 different shows that they've accumulated. All the content is episodic, and really, if you're looking at the age range, you're probably around 3 to 8 that this is designed for. This is not designed for preteens or early teens. This is like designed for kids, like toddlers to like middle school age. One important thing to note is that most of these shows are not original Bentkey shows. As a matter of fact, a lot of them you can actually watch for free on YouTube or on other streaming platforms. So really, when you pay for Bentkey, all you're really paying for is this library of 5 exclusive Bentkey shows right here. So what we're gonna do is talk about these 5 exclusive Bentkey shows so you can actually get a good mental image of what you're going to be paying for if you want to try out this product and whether it's worth your time or money. So you know what? Let's dive into these and take a look at what we have. Number 1, A Wonderful Day with Mabel McClay.
They gave me this wonderful box. Sure makes a good whatchamathing to wonder about. It's a really good size. Not too big, not too small. With little grooves in the wood.
Bruh.
Feel like ripples in a river.
What is...
Let's see.
This is entertainment?
Makes a really good sound.
What? Is that literally all it takes to entertain kids nowadays? You literally just have to have a box? I could do that. Look, everybody, I've got a box. You know what's inside of this box? It's... This is a kid's show. What am I... So this episode centers around the main character, Mabel McClay, exploring concepts like creativity, curiosity, and perseverance. With her friends, the talking dog Jasper, it's a kid's show. You gotta have a talking animal, man. And then her stop-motion animated friends in the town of Bannerberry. Now, the concepts in this show are good enough, but I found the episode really kind of uninteresting. Mabel's character is actually much calmer and drier than I expected.
Sometimes big feelings can stop us from being creative, can't they?
I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm thinking when you're doing a kid's show, you're gonna have someone with a whole lot of energy, you know, just to match the kids' energy. Someone kind of like, you know, me, maybe. I was expecting that, and the show just followed too loose of a structure. It was kind of all over the place. I didn't think this one was one of the better ones in the Bentkey library.
Well, it's a wonderful day.
But at the same time, it kind of made up for it at the end when Mabel literally drives into the water. Miss Frizzle? Number 2, Chilla.
It's Chilla Time!
Breakfast time first.
Okay, breakfast time. Then, Chilla Time!
This is an animated show featuring a family of chinchillas going through different adventures or experiments and learning values like don't pick your nose or feed your dog or whatever that is. I think kids are actually gonna like this the best out of the entire library. It's got a beautiful animated art style and is very fast-paced and non-stop with the action. Each episode is only 8 minutes long, so they fit a lot of action into a short episode. And they actually got Rob Schneider to come in and voice the father chinchilla. So all in all, I would say this is probably the best show out of the entire library. And also, who was asking for a TV show about chinchillas? I mean, out of all the animals you could have picked, I'm convinced chinchillas are probably one of the most ugly in the entire world. Not a fan.
Bruh, look at this dude.
Number 3, Kid Fit Go.
Are you ready? Let's kid, fit, go.
This is, in essence, an episodic workout routine for kids. They watch videos of other kids explaining exercise routines and then follow along in these fast-paced, upbeat videos. These videos have really slick editing and they look really visually cool and they're gonna be fun for kids to follow along with, but it's literally a video workout routine. Like, you could watch a million of those on YouTube. So in all honesty, like, if I was a parent and had kids who wanted to know how to work out, I'm not gonna pay for workout videos. There are a zillion of them on YouTube already, and actually this series originally was a YouTube series before apparently Daily Wire bought it out or something along that line. So I don't really think that this is a series worth paying for. Look, no reason to watch Kid Fit Go when my YouTube videos are the perfect fitness train. It just flexed too hard, bruh. Number 4, Gus Plus Us.
Gus Plus Us. Yeah. Gus Plus Us. Here we go.
Gus Plus Us.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
So apparently the Muppets isn't family friendly enough because Daily Wire now has their own version of Cookie Monster and Elmo, or whatever this one would be comparative to. I actually think this is one of the best shows in their library because it kind of combines the sitcom-like situations of Mabel with comedic scripted skits like that from Chilla. It's actually kind of entertaining. The characters are kind of funny. I mainly like the orange one because he literally just speaks gibberish the whole time. Plus, there's nothing like a little flatulence to just make a absolutely hilarious show. And someone needs to explain why all these kids are just flying around in the sky unassisted. There are a lot of unanswered questions about this show, but if I had to pick one that was towards the top, it'd be this one. Number 5, Kid Explorer.
I'm Broadcast Cal, and that is an actual working cell phone that my dad used when he was a teenager. And this is Kid Explorer.
This is, in its essence, an educational series where we join Broadcast Cal as he gives simplified explanations of various inventions, people, and historical events. This is actually one of the kids from Kid Fit Go, and like I mentioned before, that show and this one also is actually based off of a YouTube channel that apparently Daily Wire acquired services to do a show for them. With that said, these are basically like little mini documentaries. Imagine a documentary cut down to a 10-minute video, meaning that this really isn't much more elaborate than really anything that you can watch for free on YouTube. So once again, the content's good, but is it good enough to pay for? No, it's not. Well guys, that is what is currently available to watch on the Bentkey platform. If you're like me, you look at that list and genuinely, I'm kind of disappointed. But I also get part of the appeal of Bentkey is that they are a new platform and they're consistently working on releasing new content and shows. So they have several shows coming up. Let's take a very brief look at those. And the first is I Love.
I love biking because I don't like walking or being in cars. Sitting in a car is boring.
They literally made a TV show about a kid who just likes riding. What? Then we have Billy the cowboy hamster.
Look, there's gold! Gold! Jean-Claude! Jean-Claude! We found some gold!
Now that one actually looks fairly decent. It looks like it's going to be about the same level as Chilla. Then we have Edmund and Lucy.
Pull your oars, Sailor Edmund! Long live rotten vegetables!
Bro, this is making my eyes bleed. This looks like some Coco Melon clone that should be free on YouTube. Now, the real announcement of an upcoming project on Bentkey that has been generating a lot of buzz on the internet is this one right here.
Once upon a time, but now that time is gone.
Yes, you saw that right. Bentkey is doing their own live-action version of Snow White. I love the fact that they literally just got Brett Cooper and they told her, let's just go to the forest, just shoot you, literally just standing there, turning around, smiling at the camera. Boom! We've got our trailer for Snow White. I'm honestly not expecting this to turn out to be spectacular or amazing by any metric, but that's not even necessarily the goal. Like, it's already accomplished the goal, which is to generate buzz for Bentkey. It doesn't even have to be good. The Daily Wire has made no point of doing anything other than instigating conflict with Disney. So them doing this literally doesn't even feel like they're trying to make an actual movie. It just feels like they're trying to harass Disney, which is hilarious. I love it. I don't expect it to be a good movie, but I think it's absolutely hilarious. Okay, so the real question all of you guys have wanted to know since the beginning of the video is how much does Bentkey cost? As many of you know, Daily Wire has a streaming service called Daily Wire Plus, which is more of their traditional political content. And then they have this platform called Bentkey. They're both technically two separate streaming platforms, but there are some ways in which they intertwine. Daily Wire Plus on a monthly subscription service is $14.99 a month. That includes all of their political commentaries, some of the movies they have on Daily Wire Plus, but that does not include access to Bentkey. That is entirely separate from Bentkey. Now, Bentkey, if you get a plan just for Bentkey, they do not have a monthly subscription plan, which I think is a big mistake on their part because you have to make a commitment to buy an annual subscription based off of whether you think you're going to like this product or not. Their annual subscription is $99.99, which in the world of streaming, that's not exorbitant, but in a world where you only have 5 exclusive shows, $99.99 is ridiculous. I think that's overselling the product on the part of Daily Wire. I think that's a big mistake, and I'm hoping they make a change to that plan at some point. If you have the Daily Wire annual subscription service, which the cheapest plan comes in at $149 annually, then they'll automatically give you access to Bentkey. So in other words, the only way, if you're completely new to all this and you're like, I just want content for my kids, I don't care about Daily Wire, I just want good, clean content for my kids, the only way you can watch Bentkey is by literally paying at least $100 upfront for a year access. Now, they do have some episodes for free. You can create a Bentkey account today and you can watch at least one episode of pretty much any of their series for free. But if you like what you see and you want to watch all of it, $100. Go ahead and fork it out. I want to talk a little bit about my thoughts. First of all, we'll start with the price. Bentkey is severely overpriced right now. Anytime I see a platform that only offers an annual subscription, especially if they're a new platform, that tells me one thing, that you're not confident in your product. You're not confident enough that if you had a monthly subscription, people would actually want to stick with the plan month after month. When you're new and you're trying to prove yourself and sell yourself to the public, the last thing you want to do is only offer an annual subscription. You need to offer a monthly subscription, and it needs to be cheap. You need to start actually getting people on your platform. You can raise the price later and people will stick with you, but you don't start with, oh yeah, $100 a year. That's ridiculous. You want my honest opinion? My honest opinion, it's not worth it. Bentkey is not worth it right now. And when it comes to the quality of their content, none of these shows that they made are breaking new ground. These are all watchable, but they're not exceptional. Daily Wire is pretty new to all this entertainment stuff. They've only been doing the movies and the shows for like a couple years, honestly. So they're new to this and they're still getting their bearings. So they're charging a premium price for a product that they're still learning how it works. A large portion, like if you have the Daily Wire Plus subscription, a large portion of what you're paying is for the political content. And if you're coming in as an entertainment consumer, like you don't care about the political content, like I watch political content, but I'm not about to pay for it. So they really need to reorder their subscription services so that if you are someone who just wants the entertainment content and you don't care about the politics, they make it easier for you to just get that and watch that. That's where it also gets very confusing, because now that Daily Wire has 2 streaming services, it's confusing as crap, dude. They have one streaming service, Daily Wire Plus, that has several of their films on it. Probably their most notable one is Terror on the Prairie, but they've done 3 or 4 actual films, kind of hit or miss depending on the film. I haven't seen all of them, but hit or miss depending on the film. All of their feature-length films, which are generally more mature in material, are on Daily Wire Plus. Now they have Bentkey, which is more of an episodic streaming platform. So that's where it gets confusing. As they're coming out with new content, it's so tricky, like what platform is it coming out on? What if I don't want to have a subscription to both of them? Why can't I just have one platform to watch all of your entertainment content rather than 2? For example, Snow White, which is coming out in 2024, you would think it's a feature-length film. It's probably coming out on Daily Wire Plus with all of their other feature-length films. Wrong. Snow White's coming out on Bentkey. It's literally going to be the only movie on Bentkey, and all of the rest of the content is going to be episodic content. Well, they're also working on a show that looks really cool, actually. I'll put a couple shots on screen of some of that behind the scenes. It's called the Pendragon Cycle. It's a medieval action series from what I see. It's supposed to be episodic, if I'm not mistaken. And so you would think this is episodic. It's probably going to come out on Bentkey. Wrong! It's coming out on Daily Wire Plus. So it's so tricky. They have all these projects going on, but you never know what is coming out on what platform. Also, Daily Wire very much uses an advertising technique that is very similar to what actually a lot of Christian entertainment does, is advertising themselves as an alternative. They're an alternative to Disney. They're an alternative to mainstream Hollywood. This is the common technique that Christian film does. We're an alternative for your kids. We're an alternative to the violence, the sex, the nudity. That sounds nice, but here's the thing about alternatives. Alternatives almost never surpass what they're trying to imitate. They're never going to surpass them in sales. They're never going to surpass them in quality because you're just trying to imitate. The only way you ever pass your original inspiration is if you actually create something new and offer the general public something that is never seen before. Daily Wire has not done that yet, in my opinion. I believe they could, but right now they're advertising themselves as an alternative. If they actually ever want people to look at them seriously and say, whoa, these guys are better than Disney, they need to do something that the world has never seen before. And I know that's easier to say than to do, but they haven't done it yet. So at the end of the day, I'm watching to see what Daily Wire comes up with, but they're not at that point yet. They have not hit the top of Mount Everest, so I'm just watching curiously. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, all that to say, I'm curious what you guys think. Tell me what you think about the platform from what you've seen in this video. Tell me if maybe you've swung by and watched some of the content and what you think about it. You can tell me I'm wrong. Joseph, you're too hard at kids content. You're an adult. How are you supposed to fairly judge kids content? Or the inverse, bro, this stuff is trash. Joseph, you should have been harder on them. This is awful. I'm about to choke. I'm having like an asthma attack or something. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. As a Christ follower, I've made the resolution to take every opportunity possible to share my faith with the world. If you've never given your life to Christ, I'd love to share with you how Christ has transformed the man that I've become. I've attached my email onto this video where you can shoot me a quick email and I'd love to have that conversation. Or if you're a Christian struggling with your faith or just looking for ways to grow closer to God, I'd love to have that conversation with you. With that, you guys have an awesome day. God bless.